Hi, it's me again. Same, same, same. This is just a little amendment to to my latest thing to get an interview with somebody to go with me. Let me show you where I'd been by the time before I was 20 years old. I think I've shown this before, but this is where I've been. And you know what I want, what I think is so interesting and so exciting, is the fact that the first time you look on Yosemite Falls, yeah, when you the first time you walk to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, and I've been to the walked across the Grand Canyon twice, been to the bottom and back, all both times in one day, 21 miles across, a mile down, a mile back up. The second time I did it from the North Rim, went down 14 miles and walked back 14 miles the same day, back when I was in shape. When you go to Yosemite Falls and see the falls for the first time, you see Glacier Lake. You go and see the Grand Tetons with magnificent mountains. You see Yosemite and El Capitan and Half Dome, just magnificent. You see the upper falls on the Yellowstone in Yellowstone. You see Old Faithful. These things are just unbelievable. You go to the Lassen Volcanic Peak. You go to Crater Lake. You climb. You go to the top of Haleakala, the largest crater in the world on Maui. These are the things, and did them all here, everything by the time, way before I was 20. I didn't get to Haleakala till I was 21 because that was in Hawaii, and it took me till I was 21 to get out there. But you go to Death Valley, lowest point in this hemisphere. You drive to the top of Pikes Peak and look out over. You're amongst the Rockies, and you look out over the Rockies. You go to the Mountains of the Moon in Idaho and walk in volcanic caverns. It's just the nature of things. You go to Zion National Park. You go to oh, how you name it, Monument Valley. You go to Arches National Monument, and you look at Mount Rushmore and think of the time it took that guy to make all that stuff. It's just incredible. But this is what this country was great at. You drive down to Key West and have a few beers in the place that Hemingway did. You you snorkel dive off the Keys. You go to the Everglades. Uh, you go to Captiva and Sanibel Island, where the greatest amount of variety of shells in the whole world are found. You know, I did these things when I was a kid. I called myself a kid when I was 18, 19, and did a lot of them by thumb. Uh, you do these things because that's the time to do them. You have the time. Yeah, money's not a matter because in those days, you just stopped and wherever you ended up, you worked. And then you got some money and you went on, you know. But the whole idea was that you go to Superstition Mountains. In those days, a lot of these places weren't that well developed. It was just the time. Maybe I was lucky to have that time. When I was in Maui, there was only one major hotel in the whole damn place. You could go snorkel diving in water and not have to worry about a single soul coming along the whole day. Uh, this was why I did this. It was exciting. It was interesting. I bought a 16 millimeter camera and took movies of the whole thing. Well, today you can put the whole thing on tape, you know, and within minutes you can get it out and broadcast it to the whole fucking world. But that just the idea of being able to see Old Faithful go off, to walk up to the General Sherman tree, which perhaps is the largest thing that ever lived in the whole history of the world, and it's alive today, maybe 3,500 years old. You go up into Alberta and British Columbia. You see Banff and Jasper National Park. You see Lake Louise. All these places you've always heard of. That's what this is. The things I'm talking about. You know. You go to Arizona and you see the petrified forest. That's the thing that I'm talking about. I want to put some energy behind this, some enthusiasm, some interest, uh, you know, because I've been there and done that. But I want to do some things now that I, in all honesty, will need help repeating and doing, and this is why I felt that I just didn't put enough energy in the last video. This is like an amendment. So I hope you understand a little more why I want to get out and look for some arrowheads and fossils and yada yada yada.